Hello, Geeks and Gamers. Matt Lemke here with your Gamer Goggles, and today we have another flip through for you. This one is on Pathfinder's Advanced Class Guide. This is one of the newer books for the Pathfinder role-playing game, and this book came out, debuted at Gen Con, at which they sold out. Now, the book in and of itself is primarily about the 10 new classes that they introduced, which are Arcanist, Blood Rager, Brawler, Hunter, Investigator, Shaman, Skald, Slayer, Swashbuckler, War Priests, which are primarily combinations of classes that already exist. For example, the Investigator, I think it was the Investigator, yeah, the Investigator is like an alchemist and a rogue. The Blood Rager, which I find to be a very intriguing class, is a combination of a barbarian and a sorcerer. So we're just going to kind of flip through, and we're going to talk about a few things that I found interesting and neat. As a whole, oops, going the wrong way, sorry. As a whole, this book is very efficient at extending its options to current characters in game. There's a lot of new feats in the book, some new spells, some new items, some of which are pretty cool. The problem I have with the feats is many of them are like, you can do extra X per day, which for some people that's what you want, but I generally like to look for feats that boost my characters and round them out in other ways. The Hunter is a interesting class. It's a combination of a druid and a ranger. As you can see, there's not a lot of art in this book. It is largely content based, which is good. That you're getting a lot more for your money. The book probably serves a niche market in the sense that it has 10 classes in it, and then it has a chapter 2 is primarily on archetypes that exist for everything in the game. And then that's not the one I wanted to talk about. Let's see here. Blood Rager. Am I in I'm in chapter 2 already. The Blood Rager, or Swashbuckler. We'll go with Blood Rager. Or not. Obviously, he's before Hunter, people, right? Blood Rager. Interesting. You see how they mixed the two classes of Barbarian and Sorcerer. They give you a bloodline power, blood rage, and fast movement right off the bat at first turn, or first level. You get pretty good saving throws for fortitude, and not so good for everything else. Second level, you get Uncanny Dodge, then you get Blood Sanctuary. The concept of playing an angry sorcerer is what I kind of like about this character. The other good things that are about this book is, if you're already playing and you want to focus on doing something like the Investigator, there are a bunch of archetypes for him. Or let's say you're playing, let's see here, there's some paladin ones in here, I think. Swashbuckler, Wizard, we'll just go with Wizard. Wizard has 3 new archetypes, one of which is the Exploiter, which he forgoes tried and true methods of arcane focus and arcane schools for the exploits that are favored by arcanists. And you also have the Spell Sage. He has mastered spells of all types. And you have a Spirit Whisperer. They're a breed apart amongst wizards and are often mistaken for witches. So there's a lot of flavor that can be added here. Feats. If you look at the feats chart and table, there are several feats in this book. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 and a third pages, 4 and less than a quarter. And then you go into all the different types of feats. We'll look at Amateur Investigator. Your knowledge is more than plain smarts. It's inspired. It requires 13 and 1 rank and at least 1 knowledge skill. The benefit is like an investigator, you have the ability to augment your knowledge, linguistics, and spellcraft. and skill checks. You gain a pool of inspiration equal to your intelligence modifier. Very cool. And as you can see, most of the art in the book is iconic characters or big double and half-page pieces of art. Some of the other things that I like is not actually in Feats. I didn't spend too much time looking at the spells in this book. Oops, going the wrong way. Sorry. Going the wrong way still. I didn't spend too much time looking at spells because I'm not playing any spellcasters right now. But I did spend time, and I always spend time, looking at items. There are some cool items in this book. I play mostly in a magic-heavy world with our DM, so finding new things that are fun to throw into the campaign are cool. And one of the cooler items that I found in here is, if I can find it, I should have probably marked it, huh? Wand key ring. A real simple little item, inexpensive, well, sort of. Each of these rings is basically a brass ring carved with specific, to be tuned to its specific creation, and basically it gives you a +10 insight bonus when you use a wand that it matches up with. That's one of the cooler items. There's some other stuff that really fits storyline well, like there's a storyteller's... Oh, it's right there, actually. We'll just look at it. Storyteller's Dust, which gives you a +2 bonus on all performance checks to tell a story using the image created by the dust. Cool little things like that. I didn't stumble across anything that I thought was too broken. And then the last chapter. We're going to spend the rest of the time talking about the last chapter. It's on designing a class, and it's not as fundamental, in my opinion, as the designing a race chapter was in the advanced race guide. But what they do is they take it down for somebody who may not have a lot of experience, and they break it down into a to B to C to D, well, a connect the dots system for designing a class. And basically what they do is they walk you through hit dice, saving throws, skills, spell casting, the class features, capstone. There should be one capstone ability at like 20th level. And, they teach you how to design the spell list for it as much as they, as well as they can do without, actually designing your class for you. And then they have, the last part of it is review and polish, and then they move into archetype design and they go over the concept and rules of it, and prestige class design. These are a little bit broader because those classes often have more girth to them, in my opinion. So, basically they come up with, like for prestige class, they go over concept of the rules, requirements in the levels. Basically they go over everything that if you just looked at the template for a prestige class, you would know that it needs these things. And then in the back, you have an extensive index, and that is basically the advanced class guide in 9 minutes. Now, in 9 minutes, I really can't go into detail about any of the classes or anything of that nature, and I hope to do that before next Thursday, and have a full written review of the book. But I'm not going to promise that because I'd like to try and play some of these things before I actually do some of the writing. So, in a sense, this book is really kind of a niche market. It's for the players that have been playing a while and want something new, or for players that are experienced in other game systems and largely want to come in and just dive right into Pathfinder in something that's pretty full. All of the new classes that have been presented are combinations of classes, so you get a broad variety of abilities every level. I mean, not broad per class, but if you look at all the classes together, something is new for every class at every level. With that being said, it's a great tool for DMs as well as it is for players. If you're not playing a lot of players, it might not be the best. If you're not playing a lot of characters, it might not be the best investment for you. But if you play a lot of Pathfinder and you are a player, it's certainly worth the money that it's price tagged at, which I believe was $29.99. No, $39.99. Thanks for watching. This has been a flip through with Matt Lemke. If you have any questions or anything specific about the book you want to know, just put it in the comments below, and I'll look around, see if I can't find the answer for you. Every Thursday's role-playing day. Please check back. We're starting a news show on Tuesday nights. Check that out. It's live. See you next week.